So a schedule can be seen more like a compass, which gives you whether you're going on the right direction or on the wrong direction. So before we talk about what is the effect of setting dates in Microsoft Project, we need to first talk about what we call as critical path. Okay, some of you might have heard about this term earlier. Okay, so let's take some time to understand critical path. Okay, critical path, as per the Project Management Institute PMBOK definition, they say critical path is the longest path in your schedule, and it also gives you the shortest time to complete your project. So when we talk about critical path in more detail, every activity in your schedule will have two sets of dates. One is called as early start, early finish. Another is called late start, late finish. If you have been using critical path method for a while, you might have known these definitions much better. So for the betterment of all attendees, I'm just going to move to Microsoft Project so that I can show you how critical path works. I hope all of you can see my Microsoft Project. So I'm using Project 2010. So you can find I have around 4 tasks, T1 to T4. I have some duration estimates. These dates have been automatically calculated, and I have some dependencies. So before we talk about the critical path in this project plan, I need to brief you on what are the assumptions I have made in this plan. Number one, if you look at this project plan, I have used a calendar where every day is a working day, which means even Saturday and Sunday are included so that you can know how these calculations have been done. Secondly, all these activities have been sequenced properly. So I don't have any dates attached. I just have said only after the first activity, the second and the third activity can start. Only after the second and third complete, the fourth activity can also start. So I have set some dependencies. And these durations can also be seen on the other side, just as a label. You might find what is the duration of these activities. But first, let's ask Microsoft Project, what is the duration of this project? So to know the duration, you can go to the Format tab. Okay. On the extreme right, you have an option called Project Summary Task. So let me select that. You can find the total duration of this project is set as 8 days. Now let's first find out how is this 8 days being calculated. So as I have told you, every task in this project plan is going to have two sets of dates. Early start, early finish, late start, late finish. So what critical path does is, for every project plan, it does a forward pass and a backward pass. In a forward pass, it calculates the earliest date when these activities can start. In a backward pass, it calculates the late start and the late finish of these activities. So to know where these dates are calculated and how these activities are scheduled, you might want to flip the columns that are shown on your screens. So first, I will go to the View tab. You have a button called Tables. Pull this Tables drop down and change it from Entry to Schedule. After you have changed it to Schedule, you can find we have a new set of columns like Early Start, Early Finish, Late Start, and Late Finish. So you can find for certain tasks, the Early Start and the Late Start will be same. For certain activities, the early start and the late start might be different. Why does it happen? Because there are certain activities that have some flexibility, which can start early or it can start late. But there are certain tasks that should start, and their early start and late start are quite same as per the forward and backward pass. So coming back to critical path are the set of activities whose total slack is 0. So wherever your early start and late start is same, your total slack is given as 0. Whereas if the early start and the late start are different, the difference between these 2 days are given as the total slack. So please note your total slack will ideally be a positive value, okay, when your activity is not falling on your critical path. So in this example, T2 is having a total slack of 2 days. The remaining tasks are having a total slack of 0 days. That's very good. But now, how do I distinguish a critical activity from a non-critical activity. So if you just go back to the same format tab, okay, you can find we have a checkbox called critical task. Let me check that. You can find your critical activities that have a total slack of 0 is automatically highlighted in a different color. So those activities that have a slack of 0 will be shown in a different color. But you might wonder, why are we talking about critical path and how is this connected with our topic? It's quite connected directly when it comes to entering dates, and let's see why it is. So going back to the slides, we talked about what these dates are, and I gave you this idea. If you want to know the early start, early finish, or the late start, late finish of your activities, you can change your table to the schedule table. And the difference between these days is what we call as total slack. By default, project will highlight all the activities that have a total slack of 0 as critical activities. The last point which I would like to emphasize here is, as your project progresses, your critical path might change. Where a task is having a positive slack currently might be delayed, and it might have an early start and late start as same. So your critical path will move as you start executing your project. But now first, let's go back to the objectives of this program. How is setting dates or typing dates affecting your project plan? I think there are certain fundamentals you might want to know in terms of how a schedule is being prepared.